Hello and welcome to our School at Home class in English Grade 5. We are in the third quarter of our set of lessons and I hope everybody will delight in learning today with lesson number 3, Distinguishing Text Types According to Purpose, Enumeration. At the end of this video lesson, you are expected to 1. Identify the purpose of an informational text. 2. Identify texts that use enumeration. 3. Identify different text types. Read each of the following informational texts and identify its purpose. Write A for classification, B for explanation, and C for enumeration on the space provided. As a grade 5 pupil, Vincent was already self-motivated and self-directed in many ways. He would assist his mother in some household chores and some errands. On days when there would be no classes, he would go with his father in the farm and would pasture the carabao to the fields. On weekdays, he would burn the midnight oil working on his assignments and studying his lessons. Trees help prevent water pollution. They control the sudden flow of rainfall into the earth below the tree. This prevents pollutant to be carried to the ocean. Trees act like a sponge that filters water naturally and uses it to recharge groundwater supplies. Gabby was a boy of contentment of what he had indeed. First, he never asked his parents to provide him with the things and comfort like what his classmates enjoyed. Next, he refrained himself from comparing his family status with his classmates. He believed that blessings come in varied ways. Most importantly, Gabby found his studies to be a venue of challenge where he could concentrate his time and effort in order to excel. Michelangelo was a pupil who had always wanted to be on top of his class. But every time the 10 best pupils of every section were announced, his name would never be called by his class advisor. However, though he never got to the top of the list, he never had a failing grade. Ants in a colony are divided into different groups. Worker looks for food and takes care of the young. Soldier ants defend the nest from invaders. The queen ants lay eggs. These are the 3 main groups in an ant colony. Here are the answers. 1. C. 2. B. 3. C. 4. D. 5. A. We have learned that the factual text type that explains how or why something happens is an explanation. It begins with the topic, describes items related to the topic in the right order, and explains how these items are related to each other. It may have a conclusion. This text type is written in the present tense. In our daily life, texts and messages are very important for our communication and expressing our thoughts, ideas, and feelings. Through texts, we can get in touch with our family, loved ones, and friends, especially during this time of pandemic. Today, let us distinguish text types according to purpose, enumeration. An enumeration text is one which presents ideas by listing or enumerating the kinds, characteristics, classes, types, parts, ways, groups, and other information of a certain thing. Transition, signal words used to show enumeration are the following. In many ways, such as first or one, second or next, and so on. Let's read the following text. Note how the ideas are being organized. The Hertzsprung-Russell diagram shows the 3 very different types of stars. The first type is called the main sequence, which includes the Sun. These stars are fueled by nuclear fusion, converting hydrogen into helium. The hotter they are, the brighter they become. They last for about 5 billion years. The second type includes the supergiants. As they reach old age, they deplete their hydrogen supply. Their core contracts as their outer layers expand. Eventually, they will explode, becoming nebula or supernova, then white dwarfs, neutron stars, or black holes. Third, smaller stars consequently become white dwarfs, shrinking and depleting their nuclear fuels, finally becoming cold, dark, black dwarfs. Let us now answer some questions from the paragraph. What is the paragraph about? Good job! The paragraph is about the different types of stars. How about the next one? What things are enumerated to show the different types of stars? Correct! The different types of stars are the main sequence, supergiants, and small stars. And lastly, what words or phrases signal the enumeration of listing? That's right! First, second, and third are words which signal the enumeration or listing. Let's see how an organizer shows the structure of the paragraph. Number 1, types of stars. Number 2, main sequence. Supergiant. Smaller stars. Number 3, first, second, third. Teachers made a lot of sacrifices, not only to their students, not only to their families, but also to the world. Teachers give their fullest effort for their students to gain the best motivation that they could have, only for them to learn. If you put your thumbs down, you're correct. What about the next one? When you think of a band, you may think of a famous pop or rock music group. They represent one kind of band. There are actually a variety of bands that we can enjoy. Marching bands often perform in parades. Concert bands perform indoors seated. Brass bands are often performed in the military. Then, there is what we call big band music. This is a large dance or jazz band music from the era of the mid-20th century. A garage band is a group of musicians that practice in someone's garage. If you put your thumbs up, you're correct. How about the last one? The family is a source of strength and joy. It instills in the members the values of love, respect, and responsibility among others. It gives them a name and a sense of belongingness. If you put your thumbs up, you're correct. The cover of the lens of the camera acts like the cornea of the eye. It bends the lights through camera's aperture or an opening, acting like the iris and the pupil. The camera lens in front of aperture focuses light into a pattern. The film in the camera is like the retina, where electrical impulses are transferred to a digital format, resulting to the photograph. Now, get your camera. Tell your friends to smile, aim for a good shot, and click. Enumerate the parts of the camera. The parts of the camera are the following: cover of the lens, aperture, camera lens, film. Good job! You are right! Fill in the blanks with the correct words to sum up everything that we have talked about in this lesson. And blank text is one which presents ideas by blank or enumerating the kinds, characteristics, classes, blank, parts, ways, groups, and other blank of a certain thing. It usually starts with a statement of a general subject that is broken down into parts, classes, etc. These parts are introduced by transition or blank words such as the following, in many ways, first, second, third, and so on. The answers are 1. Enumeration. 2. Listing. 3. Types. 4. Information. 5. Signal. Complete each sentence that shows unity in the family with the correct word from the box. Write the answer on the space provided. Number 1. I enjoy being with my family during blank. 2. Gabby's blank is to become a pilot like his grandfather. 3. Mother always cooks delicious blank for our family. 4. I am proud of my family's blank. And number 5. Children gain blank from their parents' explanations. Let's check the answers. Number 1. Dinner. 2. Ambition. 3. Food. 4. Achievements. 5. Knowledge. Read and identify the following text types. Circle the letter of the correct answer. 1. Being a responsible family member is not measured by our status in life. It doesn't matter whether we are rich or poor, educated or unschooled, nor by the accumulation of material wealth and possessions, neither by age. A. Explanation. B. Enumeration. C. Classification. The string family is the largest in the orchestra. The instruments in this family are the double bass, which is the biggest, cello, viola, and the smallest, the violin. A. Explanation. B. Enumeration. C. Classification. Seashells belong to the classification Mollusca or mollusks. There are many classifications of mollusks. 2 of these are being single-shelled and two-shelled. A. Classification. B. Explanation. C. Enumeration. Cheerfulness gives us the courage to go on in the face of trials. It lightens our burden. We feel sad and disappointed whenever we cannot get what we would like to have. A. Enumeration. B. Classification. C. Explanation. Children, like adults, also have rights. The rights of a child include the following: right to live, right to a name, a family, and a citizenship, right to education, right to highest standards of health, and right to play, enjoy, recreation, and leisure. A. Explanation. B. Classification. C. Enumeration. After viewing and listening to this video lesson, do not forget to do these exercises as your homeschool work for today. Worksheet number 3, English 5, third quarter. Goodbye and see you all in the next lesson.